Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. How are you doing?
Doing great. So just a funny for our audience, Doris and I get on and we're like planning out the episode and just chit-chatting a little bit. And here we go, like, oh, it's time to go.
Yeah.
We're just busy chatting away. So we did
happens.
remember you out there, and here we are, only a minute late.
Yes. Thank you for joining us. Yeah, not too late. It's okay. All good. All good. Good stuff.
So we both survived a sweat lodge on Sunday.
We did. It was quite intense, wasn't it?
I definitely have. Well, so this is my third sweat lodge since coming back from Egypt. And I do laugh a bit about this because I felt like I really got a lot of closure in Egypt coming back this time. And I was feeling like really stable and mellow. And I was like, this was the easiest ever. And then get in that first sweat lodge and like it just ripped everything open. And I think that was on a Wednesday, and then on a Saturday there was another sweat lodge, and like that one was like super intense. And then even going into this one, I'm thinking like, okay, I've got myself pretty stable, I'm okay. And we get in there and it's like, well, you saw me. I'm like, I always say like, thank God it's dark in there, because the amount of snot coming out of my nose and the tears coming out of my eyes, like I was like, that was the ugly cry, the really ugly cry.
It was good though.
And I'm
good
not
release.
gonna lie, it felt really good to release all of that out. And so
that was
good. If you feel like you need some assistance in the release, the sweat lodge will definitely help push it out of you.
Absolutely.
Out of every pore, and I'm not gonna lie, like he has mentioned in the past how like it is not uncommon for people to quote unquote get well. For those that don't know, getting well means vomiting.
Yeah.
It does happen in the sweat lodge. And I was like, who's gonna throw up in the sweat lodge? Like, no, that's not gonna happen. I'm not gonna lie, like this past Sunday I was a little bit like, maybe that could happen. It did not. I'm grateful.
You hung in there. Yes.
But it could happen.
It could.
So,
it could. And it does. It's okay. But it was a good release. I was there witnessing and holding space for you, dear sister. And you got through it. You got through it. It was beautiful. In what it needed to be. So, thank you for letting go. Thank you for doing what you need to do, because you needed it. And we're all there, and it's always, that's what we're there for, right?
Like as healers, because people oftentimes like, what do you do to take care of you? And this is one of the things that I do to take care of me.
Yes.
Is I go to sweat lodge. Yes. And it definitely, it was a good cleanse. And I was like, and I wasn't cleansing just for me. I was like, if I list all of the things that have been going on lately and all of the energies that Julietta the healer is carrying for all of us, like, that was me putting my oxygen mask on.
Yes, it was good. You did express that. And it's true. We do need to take care of ourselves. I do the same. I'm thankful to Sweat Lodge and Chief this time around, and Drea when she does it. And, all the people who pour water, even yourself when you do. It takes a lot of energy, a lot of focus, and a lot of holding space for all the energy that does happen in there. So I'm thankful. I'm thankful for the space. So.
Yay. I'm thankful you come and you be there, and that we can support each other that way. It's perfect.
It is good. It is good. So
we have an interesting topic. Yeah.
Yes, for sure.
You don't trust yourself, and it's running your life.
Running your life. It's running your life. We didn't say ruining. We said running.
Yeah, it does. A couple of times I've looked at it and I'm like, running.
I know. That's why I said that too. I did the same thing. It's running. Here we go with the programming again.
Well, and I was thinking about this quite a bit today, and I think that I don't see this showing up too much for myself in my life right now. But looking back, and the not trusting, I see like intertwining a lot also with the imposter syndrome. And that, I always joke about everything's digital these days. So, we have to go back into the olden days when we were young. But, so when you're a licensed physical therapist, you have to do continuing education units.
Yes.
And how they tracked it was just by random audits. So you would go to these classes, you would save your CEU certificates, but you never had to show them to anybody unless you were, quote unquote, randomly audited. Now I think it's all tracked digitally, right?
Yes, CE broker does
it. Since I'm not a PT anymore, but but I remember the one year that I was chosen to be audited, and so we're required to do 24 CEUs.
24 every biennial. Yep.
I had, you want to guess how many CEUs I had?
23 and a half.
No. I had 147 CEUs.
What? 147?
Yes.
Oh my goodness. I thought you were going to tell me a whole story about like missing a half a CEU or something.
No, but this, like how this fits in is like, I don't know enough. Other people know more. I need to keep learning so that I know enough so that I can trust that I'm doing the best for my clients.
Yes. Yes. I see that. I see that, Julietta. I knew that, Julietta.
That Julietta doesn't exist anymore.
I know it. Me neither.
But like thinking about that, like this topic just really brought that up. Like, when in my life did I not trust myself? And, and that was straight out of the gate, like, hey, we're going to put you in acute neuro. I'm like, I'm a new grad. What are you doing putting me in acute neuro? Like, I might kill these people because I don't know what I'm doing yet. And, but looking back, like, I had great people holding my hand they're like, don't worry, we got you, you got this. And it did make me a really brave PT, and I'm forever grateful for that. And I got to work with some amazing therapists who taught me so much. And I really give them a lot of credit for the bravery to be bold in therapy. Like those, and especially the OT that I worked with, Jill was phenomenal. I've tried to find her. I don't remember how much, like, she was probably like our age. I don't know. So I don't know. I doubt she's still practicing or anything. And I even dropped blank on what was her last name. So I try and look for her and find her and just let her know like how influential she was for me. But
that's nice.
But that was definitely an area that I struggled with trusting that I knew enough.
Oh, I hear you. I hear you.
And then there's the side of it where you receive that intuitive information and it doesn't jive with the 3D Western scientific information. And being bold enough to trust that and move forward with that.
I loved that about your practice, working alongside you. It was such the perfect fit for me. I was like, yes, I loved it. You did. You thought outside the box. There was no box keeping you in, and you were done with, the Western medicine ways of doing things. And you initiated a lot and comprehensively put together a care plan for your patients that was unparalleled because there wasn't anybody doing what you were doing in Florida, let alone the nation. I didn't know of any, but you really did a fabulous job, and you worked together collaboratively with, acupuncturists and OTs and speech therapists, who's our wonderful friend too. And you know, there was so much that you took into account. So all your educational, you know, courses, I'm sure aided in your decision making too. So
Absolutely.
yeah.
But what's interesting, like I went from having 147 CEUs to then struggling to have enough CEUs because I was being guided to go down all these other avenues that were not
We're not
CEU
CEU.
approved. And
Right.
so then I
Yeah.
got to spaces where, oh crap, I got to renew my license and I don't have enough CEUs. So that was like later in my career that I had that issue. But one thing that I want to talk about this, like this was professional related, and there's like all these like rules and regulations and research around it that really knock down you being intuitive and trusting yourself. But I think in general, the programming is out there that that is like we shouldn't use our intuition, that everything we should seek outside validation for it. Yes. And so we're programmed into that space. But we know with the evolution of humanity, like it is time for us to return to our natural intuitive natures and start following that.
Yes.
And I do see myself working even more intentionally with my clients in helping them tune into that intuition. And, you know I've had people that have come to me like wanting to get the answers from me. And especially now, my response is like, the answer is not within me. The answer is within you. And right now, I'm going to help you uncover that answer so that you can move forward. But I also want you to start tuning in so you can tap into these answers for yourself. And just really making this normal again. And I do get, like those of us who know we've had past lives, we've got our witch wound, we were burned at the stake or drowned or whatever, beheaded for our witchy ways. So yes, there is that healing of the witch wound that needs to happen for us to be able to move forward in trusting our intuition. But anyway, I'm talking a lot. I want to hear your side of it.
It's all good. It's all good. I'm sitting here thinking as well of the past me and who I was too. And, I went back to young Doris, who was part of a family system and dynamic that was programmed to be the people pleaser, and you considered others before yourself. So that hit me hard, and I was practiced at it so much. The programming was really, really ingrained in me. So it's a hard habit to break. When you think about everybody else but yourself, you start to run the program that will accommodate everybody else and not yourself. And there's where the self-abandonment comes in. And I think that's a big key point here when, you're asking other people their advice, asking other people their opinions, asking others besides yourself, what are you doing? I started to think about it myself. What am I doing? I'm taking that person's perspective and using it for myself, but then who am I if I do that continually? So it was a process of letting go. And I can't say that I was ever one that was indecisive, because I know some indecisive people. I do. And part of me is like, I don't even have the patience to be that indecisive. Make a decision, wrong or right, make a decision. But I know so many people who are so afraid to make a decision because they think they're wrong. They're going to be wrong. They're going to do it wrong. What if I do it wrong? And now, okay, fast forward, from my 20-year-old self to my 40, 50-year-old self, it's like, I've learned there are no mistakes. There are no mistakes, everybody. Come on. You have to make a decision, but you're doing the best you can at the time with the information you know and who you are at the time. Because yeah, in retrospect, would we have made that decision? Maybe not, because we know differently now, but you had to go through the experience to get where you are. So it's like, we're looking at these things from our past, right? This whole concept of, checking in with other people, being right, starting things, or maybe we didn't follow through, and we're like, oh, that wasn't me. I don't know. But we've come a long way. So we can retrospectively have these conversations about where we did this and what pattern was instilled in us and why we came about, doing this I don't know stuff. I don't know who I am. And I think that that's one common theme of what we're trying to do here is teach everybody to live their authentic self. Find out who you are. Find out what resonates with you. Find out what sits with you. Because it's only you that it matters to. Who are you pleasing? Your mother, your sister, your brother, your husband, your best friend? Who are you pleasing? Right? So if you want to live their life, go live their life.
Please don't. Please
live
your own life.
I'm teasing, yeah. But the truth.
And one thing I think that's really important that you said about making mistakes, and like there are no mistakes. And so even when you're following your intuition and you make a choice that seems in the moment that it was wrong, trust that mistake was happening on purpose for you, not to you, for you. Because there was a lesson in there, or it opened up a different pathway that you needed to go down, that if you made the other choice that seemed like it would have been the right choice, it wouldn't have led you down the right path. So even when it feels like you made a wrong choice, give it a minute. Give it a minute, because you're going to end up understanding like why I did this thing that ended up feeling wrong. But then it either created some healing in you, or created some learning or wisdom in you that you needed, or it opened up a different doorway that you needed to go through, that doorway would not have been there if you didn't route this way through it. And so like we need to stop being so hard on ourselves and feeling like we failed, because truly there is no such thing as failure.
No.
Remove that word from your vocabulary.
Yes.
Maybe it created a challenge for you, maybe. And even instead of looking at it as a challenge, like look at it as an opportunity.
Yes.
These things that we label as failures are really opportunities for something. And so even if we change our wording around these things, so we can change our energy around them. And so you make a choice, something that you don't necessarily like happens. Instead of going, crap, I failed, ask yourself, what opportunity did I just create for myself here?
Perfect. I love that. It's a good lesson. And you know what? We're kind of practiced at those lessons of, okay, why did this go this way? I made this choice. It didn't go so well, and it may be uncomfortable, but hey, listen, we're not here to be comfortable all the time in every aspect of our life. That's how we grow, right? I mean, you have to have a little bit of discomfort to find out who you are. I mean, that's how I feel. Okay, I made this mistake. I think I went through this uncomfortable whole situation for what? But what did I learn? If you only say, I made a mistake and it was uncomfortable and it was awful and I'll never do that again, but you don't look at the opportunity or the lesson it gave you about yourself, then you've lost the big picture. You've lost the opportunity. So take the opportunity, get to know why you had to go through that, because that's the lesson in it. Then you don't have to do it again, because, if you don't get the lesson, and we say it all the time, if you don't get the lesson in it, guess what? It's going to come back and do it again. You're going to have to do it again. Like time and time again. And sometimes it's like hitting a brick wall. I've seen it.
And the other thing too that's created when you live in that, oh, I'm a failure, oh, I made a mistake, then you start developing fear around listening to your intuition. Yes. And fear is, I'm going to say something that's going to make you laugh. Fear is the biggest cock blocker on the planet.
We're getting R-rated over here. Want to take a sip out of my.
We got to keep it a little spicy, otherwise I get bored.
Peacock,
I love your peacock there. But yeah, we start to let fear rule, and that's where it runs our life. Like,
yes,
it ruins our life.
Yes,
and I'm excited about this because, we have this retreat that we're planning next month. And and one of the big things that we're going to be addressing in this retreat is fear. And I think first, like witnessing, recognizing, acknowledging that there's fear around trusting ourselves. That by itself is a game changer. But then actually doing something about those fears, like, that's next level. And so I'm excited that we're going to be working on that with the lucky 12 people that signed up for this retreat. Hint, hint, if you're listening. But and it's in Fort Lauderdale. So if you're listening somewhere else in the world, it is a one-day retreat. So you'll have to come and stay and get a hotel, but it's completely doable. We can help you with that if you want. But
yes.
But I even think about myself and fear. And one thing I go to, yes, I've always been relatively confident and not super scared, but I also I love giving thanks to the people who made a difference in my life. And so when I was 18, I was an exchange student to Venezuela. This is in 1986. So Venezuela was not then what it is now. So don't worry about, it was safe and all the good things. But there was another exchange student there from the Netherlands. And that, if you listen to this episode, I'm talking about you. And that girl was like the bravest girl I ever met. And she was constantly planning stuff for us to do that was definitely outside of my comfort zone. But because I had her beside me, it was like, okay, let's go. And she definitely opened my eyes to releasing fears and
that's awesome.
Following your intuition and following what you want to do, and not worrying about it.
That's awesome.
Yes. So I really, there were so many. I do normally say that the most impactful thing in my life that really contributed to who I am today was spending a year abroad as an exchange student. It just
what an opportunity. Talk about
yes. And one of the big things that I got from that was learning from my friend Annette to don't let fear get in the way. Just go try things, experiment, have fun, and don't worry about it. Just go and do. And so I'm not saying that everything in my life, I just instantly went and did it. There's things and it's so funny. I'm going to talk about this because I had a dream about parachuting last night.
And
it's one thing, I have said like, oh, I'm going to do that. I'm going to do that. And I'm not going to lie. Like fear has definitely stepped in the way of me doing it.
Yeah.
I used to think it was something I wanted to do. Nah, like if the opportunity just came and someone was like, hey, I got your way. Come join me. We're going to go parachute.
Yeah.
I would
Yeah.
maybe
Yeah.
do it. But
Yeah.
I don't feel like I don't feel like I'm going to be the one like actively pursuing that.
Oh, it's so
Um,
great. I
and I
love
don't
it.
have intuition either way. Like my intuition is not saying no, don't do that, and my intuition is not saying, oh, go do this. It's going to change your
Yeah.
life. So it's kind of one of those neutral things out there now. And fear is probably what went back when I wanted to do it. It's probably what stopped me from doing it. If the
Sure.
fear wasn't there, I would have done it in my younger days. But anyway.
I hear you. I hear you. From one who did it, I did. So it's funny. So me and my daughter have this thing every birthday. We sort of choose an activity to do. And so parachuting was one of them. We parasailing, parachuting, hang gliding. We're running out of things to do. So we've done all those things, but she's my adventurer. So with me, and it's been later in, well, what was funny was I did want to jump out of an airplane when I was like in my 20s, my late 20s, but then I got pregnant with my son. So I couldn't do it. I was signed up, paid the money, and then I had to cancel because I found out I was pregnant.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So it took me from age 27 to age 50 to get back up on there. But it is one of those things to conquer a fear is a good practice, because the more you do it, the more you trust yourself, and the more you trust your decisions, and the more things turn out to be fabulous and wonderful and exciting, you have that programming to kind of, right, erase or avert the old programming of fear. So every time you take a little leap of, discomfort and you conquer it, your body and your mind and your heart, you're remembering all of that. So I'm fortunate that I've practiced that time and time again. And am I perfect? No, not by any stretch of the imagination. I mean, I want to take a big leap in a career move that that I've talked about forever, right? I can't take the entrepreneurial leap because of fear. So that's something I am working on. So it's not to say that it's not there, even at this age in life. Like I've done it so many times. Yeah, it's great. I have less fear than I ever did, for sure. And I don't feel like I operate in that fear-based thinking, and I've learned to trust myself in so many ways. But the way, and I want to offer this to people out there listening, a little practical application. It's like one small decision a day, just listening to yourself, and act on it without asking another person, without asking advice, without asking if is it okay, or just do it.
Without asking ChatGPT.
Yeah. Oh, that's a good one. That's a good one. Yep. Without asking ChatGPT. And then not to second guess ourselves. That's another thing. But if you do that time and time again, you're going to have that practice pattern in you. It's going to.
Well, and I think now in modern times, there are so many distractions for us out there. Like we've lost the ability to just sit in silence, sit quiet, and actually listen to ourselves. That's one of the beautiful gifts of cacao.
Yes.
To just pour yourself the medicine, be with the medicine. And what I love too, I think that oftentimes people think intuition is in their head, especially because it's connected to our third eye, which is in our head. But truly, it's in our heart, it's in our gut, like it's inside of us. And when we learn to get out of our head and drop into our heart and drop into our gut, like that will really awaken your intuition to a different level that you can't experience when you're up here.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And, so like coaching people through and getting them to tune into your intuition.
Mm-hmm.
It is. Get out of your head.
Get out of your head. Yes.
When you ask yourself, like, what is the right choice?
Mm-hmm.
What do you feel in your body?
Yes.
Not like, what is your brain saying? What do you feel in your body? If you've got two choices and you're looking at choice A, what do you feel? When you look at choice B, what do you feel? And let that be your compass and guide you in the choices that you make. And trust it. Because again, like we were saying earlier, like the initial outcome might not seem like the outcome that you wanted.
Right.
But you give it a minute, you give it some time, and you'll see why your body guided you that way, why your intuition guided you that way. And the more you tune in, feel in, the easier it's going to get.
Mm-hmm.
We all have to allow ourselves that time to tune back in, because most people have been tuned out for so long, or most people think only certain people are gifted that way. And we know that's not true. We know that this is a gift that everyone has.
That's right.
And it is part of the sacred feminine energy. And so, yes, in this time of imbalance where the whole world is very patriarchal right now, yes, it makes it a little bit more difficult to tune in. But the more you give yourself the time and the space to do that, it will strengthen that muscle, and not just in you, but in everyone.
Yes.
So if you can't do it for you, do it for your friends, do it for your family, do it for your neighbors, do it for the people that you care about, do it for all of humanity. Like, start to normalizing using your intuition, trusting yourself, and operating from that space.
Yeah. Oh, that was good. You did. That was well said. I love all of it. Beautifully said. Really.
And I appreciate that from you, because like I hear you speak and I'm like, preach, girl, like you should be on the pulpit.
No. You're right there. If more practice than I am in this good stuff. This is the good stuff. You've been at this for a while. And
only 315 episodes.
Exactly. So you're practiced at this, and it's the way you just expressed what you expressed is a very important point. And I hope the listeners are going to take that in, because really we want this to grow. And we are of the divine feminine process. We're part of it. We are, initiating, right? We are cultivating, we are forming community, because we want this all to come back. This is where we're headed. We're done with what's been going on in the past and the patriarchal systems and all that. And the processing of the mind is part of this whole game that, we're taken overrun by all this information, all this, like you said earlier, ChatGPT. But if, I know everybody who runs to their phone to, whether it's Google when it first started, or Reddit, or some sort of source, whatever news source you want that fits you, you're going to choose that perspective because it suits you, it fits you, and you're going to run to that all the time. So it's like we do need to take a step back and remember our humanity, and remember, what our divine presence inside. I'm getting spiritual here, but it is our divine presence that takes us to that higher, if you want to say mind, but heart, soul, oversoul. Sometimes we say the word mind, but it's all of it. It's our soul, it's our spirit, right? In that one big consciousness that we can receive so much from, instead of the ChatGPT.
I'll share something a little bit above and beyond here, because it's just coming to me that I should share it, that somebody out there listening is ready to hear what I have to say right now, though. And so, I have my blue being spirit guides that have been communicating with me for years. I've been visited by other ascended masters and spirit guides and received information. But interestingly, I don't know, a few years back, my guide said to me, you know, you label this as coming from us because you feel more comfortable with it.
Right.
But the truth is, the information that we're giving you is actually coming from you. And know that there is nothing that we know that you don't know. And so even when we're tuning into our intuition, like sometimes we're giving that away to, oh, it's from the spirit guides, or my deceased loved one passed this on to me.
Yes.
Whatever. But the truth is, all of that is still you.
Yes. Yes.
Because, and the truth is, it's coming from all of us, because all of this is within each and every one of us, because we are all one. We are all part of the source.
I'm getting
so, even, I look at right now, like channeling it's really big right now. There's all these different sources of channeling.
Sure.
And yes, they're channeling, and that information is also inside that person who is channeling it. And they could access it by themselves if they allowed themselves that. And so you don't have to look without to receive wisdom. It is within you.
That's
so
it. Yes.
Tune in.
I love it. Tune into that DNA. We're learning a lot about DNA lately, our own DNA. But this is true. This is true. So wherever you're getting it, reach higher.
And like we always say, like this is a two-way street. It's just not us just communicating to you. Like I would love to hear from the audience. How do you tune into your intuition? Share me a story about like some intuition that you received and acted on, and how that worked out for you. And share. We want to hear it. We want to know. And I also, again, a little plug here for the retreat. But if these things are grasping your attention, if you're tuning in, if you're listening in, like all of these things that we talk about, we go much more deeper, much more hands-on, for you to experience that live and be able to grasp that more. And so if you want support, and like this isn't us doing it for you, we're not being your chat GPT, but actually us showing you that this exists within you and helping you tap into that so that you can move forward in that way. Whether it be coming to a cacao ceremony, a chakra balancing, or this amazing retreat that we're going to have on May 17th. Like these are all ways that you can start tuning into this yourself, because no, we're not special. We're just like you. But I had helping hands along my journey of this to get me to have more confidence in myself and receive what's out there more and trust myself more. And so, now it's like payback time. We had the helpers along our way showing us how to do this. Now it's time for us to help other people along the path. And ultimately, bottom line, like this intuition goes to that need to restore the balance of the masculine and feminine. I was about to say masculine. Making up new words. When the masculine and the feminine are in balance, we'll be in masculinity.
There you go. I love it.
So I love making up words. But yeah, it's like if we want to see shift and change in the world, it starts with it within. And that a piece of that is learning to tune in and trust ourselves.
Yes. Perfect.
You have any final words?
No, I love that. I love that as the final word. Learning to tune in and trust yourself and do it again and again and again. That's it.
Yes. All right. I feel like it's a wrap. So thank you everyone for tuning in. I see some of you like hung out for the whole show. I really appreciate that. It means the world to me. It also makes me recognize that like it's important. We need to keep putting the information out there. Yes. And so thank you for tuning in. If you have any feedback for us, we'd love that. If there's any topic you would really like us to speak on, reach out, let us know, because we are happy to support you in whatever you need.
Yes.
So have a magical day, everyone.
Yes. Ciao for now.